good morning, Shabbat Shalom and Chag Sameach. We're celebrating our day of rest and the holiday of Sukkot. We're now live on YouTube.
Woohoo!
All right, you can have 1 or 2 more minutes to say hello to your friends, and then we're going to get started. Jonah, do you want to say hello to Tyler and Mia?
Can you say hi to Jonah?
Hey, hi, Tyler.
It's on. You can talk now.
Okay.
Hi, Tyler and Mia.
Good morning.
Hi. Hi. Mia used to be timed as me.
What?
Mia used
Well,
to be.
she's little.
Hey. Hi, Tyler.
What do you say to Jonah?
Hi.
Tell Jonah where you're going today.
We're going to the safari.
Oh, nice. Going
Oh,
to safari? That's awesome.
that's pretty great.
Like him? It's super cute. Look at that. Oh, I have something super cool.
Jonah, dressed for soccer.
Can't reach
Yeah,
it.
ready to go for soccer.
Hey.
All right,
can't
we're gonna
reach
mute.
Us too.
All right, friends, we're going to mute everybody so that we can hear each other. We're so grateful to celebrate Shabbat and Sukkot with you this morning. What do you see behind me? We have our sukkah at Beth Chaim. That's our sukkah. So if you're coming to learning in the lot tomorrow, you'll see that. Or if you want to make time to come and visit our sukkah this week, you can do that as well. But this is our festival of Sukkot. So let's get started, Canner.
מודה אני לפניך, מלך חי וקיים, שהחזרת בי נשמתי בחמלה, רבה אמונתך. Everybody sing רבה, רבה אמונתך.
Stretch. I know when I first wake up in the morning, I really need to stretch. Oh yeah, you can reach for the ceiling or the sky. You can reach for your toes. Maybe do a little twisting action. Oh, that feels good. All right, and now we've got a Shabbat feeling, but where is it?
I got that Shabbat feeling up in my rosh, up in my rosh. Up in my rosh, I got that Shabbat feeling. Up in my rosh, Shabbat Shalom. I got that Shabbat feeling deep in my lathe, deep in my lathe, deep in my lathe. I got that Shabbat feeling deep in my lathe, Shabbat Shalom. I got that Shabbat feeling all over my goof. All over my goof, all over my goof. I got that Shabbat feeling all over my goof. Shabbat Shalom.
All right, friends, we're going to talk about this holiday of Sukkot. So I'm going to share something with you right now. Here we go. All right, raise your hand if you can see the picture of the sukkah. Raise your hand if you can see it. All right. So now everybody put your hands down. This is the sukkah at Congregation Beth Chaim. It looks a little like a house, but it's different because if there was a really, really, really strong wind, our house would stay exactly where it is, but the sukkah might get blown away. And in our house, I think we all have a roof where the rain doesn't get in and we can't see the sky. So it keeps our heat inside when it's cold outside, and it keeps the cool air in when it's hot outside. But the sukkah, if you're in the sukkah and it's raining, you're gonna get rained on. And we have to be able to see the sun or the stars through the roof. Also, the roof has to be made of something very special. It's Joan and I were practicing this the other day. It's a Hebrew word called schach. Can everybody try that? It's really fun to say. Schach. Yeah, I know it sounds really silly, but it just means that your roof has to be made out of something from nature. So you can see that Beth Chaim Sukkah has schach made out of corn stalks, because corn grows in the ground. You could also use tree branches. Some people like to use bamboo. Oh. Hold on, let me Zoom recently. Is that better, everybody? Daddy, can you shake your head if I did it right now? Thank you. Okay. All right, so Zoom recently changed its settings around, so it makes it a little trickier. All right, so now you get a really good picture of our sukkah. So we have to be sure that the schach would let in the rain and also let us see the sky through it. Can you raise your hand if you have a sukkah at your house? I know not everybody has a sukkah. Is there anybody who has a sukkah at their house? Okay, cool. So if you don't have one at your house, you can visit ours. And we have lots of time this week for folks to be able to come and visit the sukkah. The most important thing that we do in the sukkah is eat in it. So if you set up a time for your family to come and be in our sukkah, make sure you bring a snack, because then you will check the box for living in the sukkah, even though we're not actually going to sleep in it. So on this festival of Sukkot, it's what we like to do is celebrate, because it's supposed to be a really fun and happy holiday. We're supposed to get outside as much as we can. And I need your help, and Cantor's going to help us too, to build our own sukkah.
This is what we need to build a sukkah. Wood and branches, hammer and nails. This is what we need to build a sukkah for this holiday. Now, when everybody, I want you to sing that with me. This is what we need to build a sukkah. Every time it comes up, we're all going to sing it together. Ready? This is what we need to build a sukkah. Wood and branches, hammer and nails. This is what we need to build a sukkah for this holiday. First we build a frame of wood and cover it with branches. Lots of fun to do. But don't forget that we must see the sky peeking at us through the roof. Oh, this is what we need to build a sukkah. Wood and branches, hammer and nails. This is what we need to build a sukkah for this holiday. Decorate with gourds and pumpkins, carrots and bananas, peas and popcorn too. But don't forget that we must see the sun peeking at us through the roof. Oh, this is what we need to build a sukkah. Wood and branches, hammer and nails. This is what we need to build a sukkah for this holiday. When it is all finished, we can eat inside the sukkah. We can sleep there too.
Cantor, wake up!
Oh,
Cantor.
but don't forget that we must see the stars peeking at us through the roof. Oh, this is what we need to build a sukkah. Wood and branches, hammer and nails. This is what we need to build a sukkah for this holiday.
Yay! So, the American holiday of Thanksgiving is actually based on the Jewish holiday of Sukkot. We always like to say thank you in the morning, but especially for this Jewish festival of Thanksgiving, we're going to say some thank you blessings.
Baruch atah Adonai, thank you, God. Baruch atah Adonai, thank you, God. Thank you for the candles, thank you for the wine, thank you for the challah that always tastes so fine. Baruch atah Adonai, thank you, God. Baruch atah Adonai, thank you, God. Thank you for the mommies, thank you for the dads. They love me when I'm happy, they love me when I'm sad. Baruch atah Adonai, thank you, God. Baruch atah Adonai, thank you, God.
All right, friends, we're going to take turns unmuting ourselves. Is there anything else you want to say thank you for this morning? So you'll have to just have a grown-up help you to unmute so you can say thank you for. Hunter, it looks like you have something to say.
I'm thankful for Jonah.
You're thankful for Jonah?
Oh, that's so nice.
Oh, your cousin? That's so nice.
But he isn't thankful for me.
How do you know?
Well, he hasn't had a chance yet. He hasn't had an opportunity. All right, hold on one second. Okay, anyone else want to say thank you for anything special? Ethan, do you want to say thank you for something special?
Thank you for my family.
Your family, which is going to grow really soon. Love it. Anyone else want to say thank you for anything special? Well, I bet we have a lot of thank yous in our hearts. Oh, hold on one second. I'm just going to send a few folks back to the waiting room. No problem. Okay. We have a bar mitzvah who's looking to get set up. Okay, friends, I have a special Sukkot story for you. Raise your hand if you're ready for a story. Okay, Ari's ready. All right, Hunter's ready. So, for 700 years, the people of Jerusalem, that's in the land of Israel, far away across the ocean, they came to the temple on the holiday of Sukkot to pray for rain. I know that we don't like it when it rains on the holiday of Sukkot, but the land of Israel really needs the rain. And Jerusalem's on the top of a big hill in a place where water is always hard to find. So when the rains came, it was always a blessing, and the people believed that God was granting them a special gift. And everyone knew that without the prayers for rain on Sukkot, that we might not get the rain that we so desperately need. And the prayer for rain, like the one for lighting Shabbat candles or the one for the Kiddush, included a ritual. Every year, the people went down to a pool called Siloam, a pool of water at the end of a tunnel dug long ago by workers of King Hezekiah. From the temple, they took a giant golden pitcher, and when they came to the water at the pool's opening, they sounded the shofar. Can everybody make the sound of a shofar? They filled the giant pitcher with water and carried it back up the hill to the temple, where they gave it to the priest. And then the priest went up the ramp to the altar, and there were 2 silver bowls on the altar, one really big one and a small one, and each one had a spout. The larger one was for the water, and the smaller one was for wine. And as one priest poured the water of Siloam from the giant golden pitcher into the large silver bowl, the water came out of the spout and spilled across the altar. At the same time, another priest poured wine into the smaller bowl, and the wine spilled out onto the altar, joining with the water, and it was really beautiful. When the priest poured the water from the giant golden pitcher into the silver bowl, all the people called out, "Raise your hand high," because one time a priest had accidentally missed the silver bowl and poured the water on his feet. And the people were so sure that no rain would come that year that they got really angry and threw their etrogim, this fruit that we have on the holiday of Sukkot, at the priest. That wasn't very nice. So you can be certain the priest never made the same mistake again. So this was the ritual for asking for rain at the temple in Jerusalem at this time of year, the holiday of Sukkot. And it was in one particular year when the people took the giant golden pitcher from the temple and they blew the shofar. Everybody blow your shofar. And they went into the gate that led down the steps to where the water would be drawn from the pool. Something very strange happened. I'll tell you what happened in just a minute, but first you have to know a little bit more about the pool of Siloam. It was just one of two pools of water that the people of Jerusalem relied on. Every day, water carriers went to these pools, bringing pitchers and jars and filling them. Let's fill up our water jugs, and bringing water to all the people so they could drink. Without these pools, there would be no water in Jerusalem. And one pool is fed by a little stream that everyone can see. And through the years, the people of Jerusalem dug large pits to hold any rain that fell that would also go into the giant pool. But the other pool, the Siloam pool, was much more mysterious. Everyone knows that if you linger on the steps, you can witness something very unusual. Sometimes it occurs 2 or 3 times a day, sometimes only once, and sometimes it even happens 4 times a day. All of a sudden, the still clear water starts to bubble and churn, and the stream rises over the bottom of the steps and inches higher and higher until it nearly reaches the top of the steps. If you're standing on the bottom step when that happens, you will soon be up to your waist in bubbling, churning water. But if you wait just a little while longer, the water stops bubbling and stops churning. It settles down to the bottom step as if nothing ever happened. And there it stays, a gentle, still stream, only a few inches deep. Of course, the best time to draw water from the Siloam pool is when it begins to bubble and churn, when it rises up close to the top step, because then the pool is high enough that you can put any size pitcher or jar into it, even the giant golden pitcher from the temple. Now let us return to what happened on that particular Sukkot day, that first day of Sukkot, when the people came with the giant golden pitcher to draw water from the pool. They stood and waited, knowing that if they waited long enough, the stream would begin to bubble and churn. But it didn't. It didn't budge. It just stayed still and calm. Time passed, but the stream never rose, and there was no way to put the giant golden pitcher into the little bit of water at the bottom of the pool. This was an emergency. The people grew anxious. No one could remember a time when the water didn't bubble and churn and rise. If they could not get enough water from the Siloam pool, and it was certain that the prayers in the temple wouldn't work, there would be no rain that year. They sent a message to the high priest, but he had no idea what to do. The waters of the Siloam pool had never failed once in his life. So the high priest sent a message to the great assembly, the council of Israel's wise sages. This was the great assembly that had decided what prayers would be spoken and what they would be said. This was the great assembly that began the work of putting together the spoken Torah. And if they didn't know what to do, then we were really in trouble. But when the message reached the great assembly, they weren't sure. They were disturbed. They talked to each other. And they asked, where do the waters of the Siloam pool come from? No one knew the answer. The stream always flowed through the tunnel that King Hezekiah's workmen dug hundreds of years before. No one remembered where the tunnel started. Now they thought, perhaps a rock has fallen somewhere in the tunnel and blocked the stream. Maybe dirt is gathered near the opening of the stream and must be cleared away. But the oldest and wisest sage didn't agree. He held up his hand until there was silence. I will tell you what my grandfather told me, he said, if you promise not to laugh. The other sages nodded. My grandfather once brought me down to get water from the Siloam pool, and I fell off the bottom step. He grabbed me quickly and raised me up. Lucky for me, he was quick. For a moment later, the water churned and rose upward, so that if my father had not taken hold of me, I would have surely drowned. Then my father said, you must watch out at the pool of Siloam because an enormous dragon lives at the end of the tunnel. And every time the dragon moves, his tail stirs so that the water at the top of the steps. So at Siloam, you must watch your step and beware of the dragon's tail. Let me see your dragon's tail. A dragon? In the tunnel? Could it really be that there was a dragon living under Jerusalem, causing the waters of Siloam to churn and rise? The sages, they weren't all so sure. Some thought maybe yes, others thought probably not. But one said, my grandmother once told me that Solomon could speak the language of the animals and the birds. She said he once commanded a dragon to come to Jerusalem to help the people. I thought she was telling me a tall tale. He scratched his head. I wonder, could Solomon's dragon really be living under Jerusalem? Again, the sages spoke all at once. If it was a dragon, then it was a dragon who worked very hard. If it was a dragon who moved every day, turning and twisting and stirring the waters. But if it was a dragon, then what just happened? Why was the dragon not moving today? So it went until a small voice rose above the others. It was Benjamin, the youngest member of the great assembly, a youth not even 20 years old. I will go to the tunnel to its very end, he said. If there is a dragon, I will find it and discover why it has stopped moving. The oldest sage replied, this may be dangerous. What if the waters start to bubble and churn while you're in the tunnel? You'll be drowned and no one will be able to save you. But Benjamin said, if someone does not go to the dragon, there will be no rain this year and our people will not have enough to drink. Surely Solomon forced the dragon to promise to serve the people of Jerusalem. Maybe the dragon has forgotten his promise. Let me go and I will remind the dragon of his promise. So they sent Benjamin down to the pool of Siloam. He stepped into the water, which only came up to the soles of his sandals. He walked alone in the darkness of the tunnel, carrying nothing but a torch to light his way. Let me see your torch. In this way, he soon arrived at the tunnel's end, a huge dark cave. But he didn't see a dragon. And there was no rock blocking the stream, and there was no dirt to be cleared away. And Benjamin wondered what to do. Finally, he called out a single word. Dragon. Back at the pool of Siloam, the people saw the stream suddenly bubbling and churning. The water rose higher that day than ever before, higher even than it has risen since. From above the steps, the temple's giant golden pitcher was full. The water carriers rushed to the temple, racing to reach it before the sun could set. But most of the people remained at the pool wondering, where's Benjamin? Slowly, the water settled down. Slowly, the bubbling and the churning stopped, and the stream was once more below the lowest step. And when it had been that way for a while, out of the tunnel came Benjamin. The people hugged and kissed him. They blessed him and called him a hero. They asked, did you see the dragon? Is there really a dragon under Jerusalem? But Benjamin was wise. He just smiled and said, you can count on the pool of Siloam just as you always have. Every day, a few times each day, it is sure to rise to the top step and give water for all the people of Jerusalem. And he returned to the great assembly where the sages hugged and kissed him. They blessed him and called him a hero. And they asked, did you meet the dragon? Did you see the dragon? But Benjamin was wise. He just smiled and said, of course, the dragon is a legend. And some legends are just tall tales, and some legends tell the truth in ways that help us. Maybe there's a dragon living under Jerusalem, and maybe there is not. If there is, it may be a dragon that gets lonely living alone and needs a visit every 700 years or so. And if there's no dragon, then maybe someone should just walk to the end of the tunnel every 700 years or so. It worked this time, and it may work again. To this day, the waters still do their daily dance. Scientists say that somewhere along the tunnel, there is probably a narrow place that acts like a siphon, a small place, and makes the waters rise and fall. But the old timers of Jerusalem will tell you that there is a dragon that stirs and makes the waters rise and fall. And who knows the truth? Some legends are just tall tales, and some legends tell facts in ways that help us. All right, friends, we're going to close our eyes and we're going to do our listening prayer now.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך לה 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 והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם שבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרת מאוד על ידיך והיו תותפות בניניך וכתבת על מזוזות ביתך על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך
All right, friends, are you ready to go on a scavenger hunt? You're gonna need to go on a scavenger hunt in your house. So the first thing I need you to do is to find something in your house that grows on a tree. Is there anything in your house that you can show us on the camera that grows on a tree? And it can be real or pretend. I mean, I see the Sussmans are in the kitchen. That might be a good place to start. But if it's too hard, that's okay. Oh, Ethan totally knew where I was going with this. All right, Ethan, everything in your hand grows on a tree. That's right, Jonah's got a book of a leaf. A leaf grows on a tree, you got it. Ethan, we're gonna talk about what's in your hand in just a minute. Oh, Tyler, what do you have? What you got? Is that an orange? Oranges absolutely grow on trees. Okay, my next thing I need you to find, and maybe it's the same thing, is there something in your house that smells good? Something that smells, oh, Tanner and I have coffee. That smells good. All right, something that you think that smells good. I mean, Tyler, your orange smells pretty good, don't you think? Yep. Okay, oh, flowers. Oh, that's right, Ethan. Those smell beautiful. Oh, and those are really lovely flowers. Okay, how about something that you shake? And Jonah, if you're in Ari's room, there's definitely some toys in there that shake. All right. Can we find some shakers? What are some things we like to shake? Oh, yeah, we could shake cereal. That's right. Especially when it's in a box, it makes a really good sound. Up, Jonah's got a little shaker there, for sure. And last thing I need you to find, is there something that you can wear when it gets colder? Nice job, Wyatt. That's a good shaking toy. Is there something you can wear when it gets colder? Because it's starting to get colder outside and we need to wear some extra layers when we go outside. Oh, that's right. Hunter's got a jacket. Nice. Very nice. So on the holiday of Sukkot, we go outside, and if it's a little bit cold, we have to make sure we wear our extra layers. And we're supposed to shake a thing called the lulav and the etrog. Ethan, can you show me yours? The etrog looks a little bit like a lemon. It's yellow. And then the lulav has 3 different branches: a palm branch, 2 willow branches, and 3 myrtle branches. And we're supposed to hold these 4 things together and shake them for the holiday of Sukkot. So I'm gonna play a cute video for you about the lulav shake. Alrighty. Oh, hold on. Let me make sure I did it right. Okay, share computer screen. There we go. Or sorry, computer sound. All right, I need a thumbs up if you can hear it. I tested. All right, I hope you enjoyed your lulav shake. I hope you keep that shake going all throughout the holiday of Sukkot. Last thing we're gonna do together, so sorry. Last thing we're gonna do together today is get cuddly with our family for our family blessing, because Shabbat and holidays are a really good time to spend with our family. And so we wanna be sure that we remind them how much we love them and care about them.
יברכך אדוני וישמרך. May God bless you with good and keep you safe. יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונקה. May God be with you and be kind to you. יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום, שלום. May you always know that God is close, and may God give you the gift of peace.
Hugs and kisses on this Shabbat. We wish you to have a Shabbat Shalom and a Chag Sameach, a happy holiday of Sukkot, and we hope that we'll see you again soon. Take care, everybody.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, bye, Ari.
Hey. Adina,
Yes, Hunter dear.
we don't really have a system, but we do.
That's right. You have something that's like a sukkah.
Yeah, we have something like a system, but isn't.
That's right.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye.
But we
Take
can
care.
use this in this sucker. We can.
Good morning, Bush and friends. I put Mike and Marissa in the waiting room. I don't think they're part of our group.
I wonder why I changed my mask. It's just because it had those tail things.
Oh, you have to fix it, right?
And that just doesn't look very good.
All right, is there anyone else that's supposed to be in yet? Mike and Marissa, I assume, are family members or friends?
Mike and Marissa.
Mike and Marissa.
I put them back in the waiting room.
I don't see them on here.
Wait.
No, I put them